of the Tennessee River Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. It's the Auburn Tigers and the Tennessee Volunteers. Reese Davis, Dave Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Guys, checking in with Coach Heupel before the game, one of the things to keep your eyes on is how does this young quarterback continue to develop? They took a risk early in the season starting this young freshman, but he has continued to develop each week and get better. He's gaining the trust of his teammates. He's really starting to make good reads and get a feel for this offense. Can they keep this trend going? I'll keep you posted on how he looks on the field and how he's leading his team early in this game. Guys?
Thanks, Holly. The Vols headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Auburn's offense onto the field first, and we'll see their opening script. And we get our first look at Jeremiah Cobb. He's coming off a 100-yard game and a couple of touchdowns in their last win. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions.
I got to tell you, I've been really impressed watching this team, and specifically the offense now during this win streak. And the biggest thing has been their running back and their ability toting the football. Physical, they're able to stay ahead of the sticks. Defenses just get worn down because of this guy and his physical style running the football, and I expect to see a little bit of that again today.
Snagged in the middle, it's Cobb, and they'll knock him down.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. So the Tennessee Volunteers offense takes the field for the first time in this game. Deshaun Bishop. This is a matchup of a pair of standout running backs.
It's so much fun when you watch games like this. In college football today, it's about tempo and spreading out and air raid and throwing it. These two top 25 teams pride themselves on being physical offensively and running the ball. We've got two of the better running backs in the entire country facing off.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping two hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. Even if you can't see them, these guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away and get that ball out of your hands.
Turning it on! Touchdown, Tigers! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Fielded in the end zone, it's Dodson. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Well, what you know about Josh Heupel in this offense is they're explosive, and they always seem to have a dude outside at wide receiver. They normally have multiple guys like that. You obviously lose Chris Brazzell, a big-time playmaker for the Vols. They're going to have to replace that, David, but they've done such a good job recruiting and developing. There's no question in my mind they're going to find guys that can go on the outside and hurt.
They find those guys with speed, right? And they create so much space in this offense. Now, make no mistake about it. This is a run-first offense, and I love the way they do it, but developing that chemistry out wide, finding their new guys. They found them a year ago quickly. They stepped up. They made plays. Who's going to be their playmakers this season?
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the Volunteers will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. The kick is high and away and headed toward the sideline. And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Running inside, it's Cobb. Trying to tackle this guy's a business decision as he gets it up to the 29.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Here's a give to Washington. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. And you can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day, but right here, right now, if this team's going to win an SEC championship, they need to force-feed this guy the football and let him go to work.
Oh, what a play! It's intercepted. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Grabbed behind the line. It's Matthews. And the defense drags him down. The Volunteers want to pick up the tempo.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Makes the catch. It's Jackson. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. The run inside. It's Bishop. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Rides to the back. Got a little grass. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Now the play fake. Down goes the quarterback, and they turn second and short into third and long. And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? On third and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands, and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. This drive will open from the 15. They'll start on the ground with Washington. Oh, he's got some space. Able to make his way past the sticks for the 1st down, and the time is going to drain out here in the 1st quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. Got a 1st down here to open the period. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Cobb. There's a crease. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And when you think about Alex Golas' offense and his tenure now at the University of Auburn, like, they've got to find those guys that can run the football. They like to go fast. And so bringing in Washington at the running back spot. Obviously, Brown's going to tote this a lot. But Washington, you saw him get totes for Baylor, Palmer, and he was really, really good. Consistent, can make plays, great balance, great speed, great power. Like, this 1-2 punch with him and Brown could be elite.
I think there were a lot of running backs hoping to land here at Auburn from the portal just because of what you said. Byron Brown at quarterback. So many defenses this year are going to be keying on his legs. There should be a lot of openings for whoever's in the backfield for Auburn this season, and so it'll be interesting. But no doubt, that running back spot, very key to their balance on offense. When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
Brown wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cobb.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Running inside. It's Cobb. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense is really doing a good job right now.
He's looking to throw. Into the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
On the run, it's Bishop. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. And the Vols will hustle to the line. Makes the catch. It's Davis. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary. Catches the
caught, and he's got room. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Could that be the play that finally wakes them up? Just not a lot of good going on offensively here in this 1st half. They've only got 3 points to show for their efforts.
He's loose. Inside and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll
are so hard to defend when the ball's thrown like that. The receiver catches it, and he's catching it going so fast, and you can tell the defense couldn't quite get the right angles, and he does the rest, uses his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. He'll bring it out. It's Richardson. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The run inside. It's Cobb. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Brown will throw it. Just a short pass to the tight end. Works it ahead for 6 yards on the play. That'll be enough for the first down, and it also takes us to the 2-minute timeout. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gonna run it. It's Cobb. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's a give to Washington. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Finding some room. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Running right, Bryson Washington. There he goes. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
And that's a big problem for this defense. When you get that guy in space, it's hard to catch him. You got to bottle him up near the line of scrimmage. Palmer, too much daylight too early in that run.
Yeah, you're right, David. And I think that's what makes this guy unique. With his skill sets, you just know it's a matter of time. You just keep giving him the football. Good things are going to happen. Long touchdowns are going to happen. You saw it right there.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he finished things off with a 32-yard run to the house. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back and forth we go on these last couple of drives, David. Everybody moving the ball.
Man, these offenses are in a rhythm. Everything they're doing right now is working. A lot of scoring. This puts a lot more pressure on your offense, Palmer, when you walk on the field.
And at this point, too, David, which defense can break serve, right? Who can get a stop? That's what it feels like is going to be the determining factor in this game.
Makes the grab. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Here's a heat. They're working that left side. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there. They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. He goes right back to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Matthews.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Timeout is called. It's the second charge to Tennessee. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
And there you see the arm talent by the quarterback. Throwing a curl route into zone coverage, you've got to get the ball there quickly. And you saw the cannon that this QB has.
The Vols go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. The Vols will now use their final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Touchdown Vols! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone.
Well, all the different time management situations this head coach was using in the first half has led to this moment specifically right here. This is exactly what he wanted to have happen. He wanted to score a touchdown at the end of the first half, take a lead, knowing he's got the ball first in the second half. If they score a touchdown then, all of a sudden this thing starts blowing wide open for them, and all the momentum is on their side.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds, and that's where the offense will go to work. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Cobb. Good gain there. Picks up the first down, and now maybe this offense attacks before the half. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. That might have a chance. The 10. Touchdown, Tigers. Into the end zone with a breakaway score.
And that is going to leave the head coach scratching his head. The final play of the first half, your opponent runs the ball, and you can't tackle him and get him down with all those bodies back playing prevent. That is a terrible job of defense, and to add insult to injury, you've now given up the lead.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Arizona taking on the Cincinnati Bearcats. And it's Arizona trying to stay perfect as they eye a 5th straight win. It's been a dream start to the season, and really this game here today as well. Time to find out if they can finish the job. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big 12. Now over to your game inside Neyland Stadium. What a first half for that superstar back. He's already over 100 yards today, and he's done it with tough physical running, but also elusive speed. And that combination has his team 2 quarters away from a nice win. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Neyland Stadium.
Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. He'll bring it out. It's Dodson. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. As we start the second half, Holly, what adjustments do these teams want to make?
The Vols head coach told me coming out of the locker room at the half, they are really thrilled with how their defense is playing so far. They knew coming in that they had a really tough opponent in the wide receiver on the other team, somebody who could change a game with one route. But their defense has been stout and solid. We'll see if they can continue to do that here as that wide receiver gets the ball here to start the second half. Back to you.
All right, Holly.
And that shows up in the stat column as an explosive play for this quarterback, but it was a very simple RPO. Get the ball out, and then guess what? My dudes are better than your dudes. And getting it to him on the perimeter, letting him make plays, all of a sudden, he's way down the field, and it looks like a long completion for this QB.
He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29. And the Volunteers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Running inside, it's Bishop. And again finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. The throw. Working the middle, it's complete. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Trying to run, it's Bishop. Powers through the defender. Touchdown, Volunteers! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. See what you hit what you see, bring your feet. Yeah, none of that happened.
Yeah, those are all great things to keep in mind, but you're also trying to tackle another grown man against his will and get him on the ground. And by the way, he wasn't having it.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score came on an impressive run from the 20. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. So as soon as they step on the field here in the 3rd quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. He might want another play. Give to Washington again. There's a little room there, and he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's a give to Washington. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Run inside. It's Cobb. Got enough for the 1st. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Auburn going to work with another 1st down. Brown wants to pass. Dangerous screen into traffic. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. Looking to fire. Caught behind the line. It's Cobb. And he's out of bounds after the nice gain, and maybe that is finally the spark to get this passing game going.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Well, a big key for this offense was getting the run game established, and this guy now over 120 rushing yards in this one. You got to give credit to the O-line. You obviously have to give credit to the running back as well, but they have answered the bell. They knew what they needed to do if they were going to be able to have success, and they're executing this game plan flawlessly.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be 3rd. Touchdown, Auburn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now and I'm using my athleticism and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here is the Tennessee offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Snags it, and there's running room. A solid pickup there, works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds.
You coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Off play action on first down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat and you're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
Auburn's offense headed out to go on the attack. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just breaks into the open. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. Now with a 1st and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. Offense changing the play. They'll run it with Bryson Washington. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. At the end of that play, whistle's blowing as they check on an injured Tiger. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Brown will throw it. Gets it out fast. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. And after that play, there is a Tiger who has yet to get up. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Here's a give to Washington. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Auburn!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good. They're up 35 to 24. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Coming out with it, it's Dodson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Got the quick completion. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. We take a moment to look at the stats of what has been a tight ball game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Trying play action. He's looking deep. Upstairs, he's got it. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Volunteers headed quickly to the line.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. 2nd and 2, and 4 receivers spread all over the field. Just keeps slinging it. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. To the air on 2nd down. Quick completion on the out route. Headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tennessee. The ball straight back with a touchdown. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Here on the Auburn sidelines, there is some really good things happening. I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
Washington again. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. Timeout is called. It's the 2nd charge to Tennessee. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Here's a give to Washington. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Cobb. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Keep it on the ground. They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on 3rd down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
Yeah, and the offense goes for the knockout punch. They wanted to get the first down, run out this clock, take the dub. Now their defense is going to have to come out and step up big for them and make sure they don't give up any points.
On target. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. A really nice day from this quarterback. Over 350 yards passing now, Jeff.
He's had a plan all game long. He just seems to find his best matchups, and he's done an awesome job giving his guys opportunities to make plays.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. This time on target. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
Well, we've seen this guy come up with some huge throws in this game, and already on the drive, he's thrown a couple of completions. He's got them in a rhythm. This team believes they're going to win this game because of this guy playing the quarterback position.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Running inside, it's Bishop. He showed off the stiff arm, but apparently he needed a couple more. A lot of defenders around to stop him. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. But a little time, lets it go. Got him downfield. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. And they'll get to the line and spike it to stop the clock. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Big guy smells it. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. Pocket breaking down. He's on the move. Touchdown ball. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
Well, and the offense shows you what they're made of. They're scoring the touchdown. They take the lead with only seconds to go, and now it's on the defense to ice this thing when they take the field.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Fielded in the end zone. It's Richardson. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. The run inside. It's Cobb. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. It comes down to this. One more snap left in this game. If they get a touchdown, they can find a way to win it. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Timeout is called with just a single second left. This will be the last play of the game and the last chance they have maybe to win it at the gun. Brown wants to pass. That's it. They get to him and pull him down, and they save the game. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at, and I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.